So Friday.
Hi, Mr. Emmerich.
How you doing, sir? We do have 3 copies dated today.
Oh, good, okay.
Just use that. You guys want a big copy?
I could give,
It's up to you.
I
I
would,
have a PDF.
I would give that to township, that, a lot of places they have those special cabinets they put those in. I don't even do it all. So I would give that to the township.
Leave it here for the file.
Yeah,
Okay.
Go ahead.
because some of us can't read small print.
Well, that's why I just wrote up there. I'm not saying like,
That's what my Lori's looking at this, she's squinting like hell.
I'd be discriminating if I said something about it.
Okay, so you want him to make, what's going on here, TJ? You want to just say that way it's.
Sure, so you folks will probably remember Mr. Aramick. He was here before us earlier this year pursuing a subdivision plan for a couple pieces of property that he owns down in Elrama as well. This is the Circle Avenue North area where we had reviewed Mr. Aramick's subdivision back in April. And part of what he's proposing to do involves a quiet title action of paper streets. So the Township Solicitor's Office has provided direction along the way there. It's taken Mr. Aramick a few months, probably a few more months than he would have liked to get this done, but
But he did it the right way.
he went about it the right way, and if you'll recall our conversations in April, rather than approving Mr. Aramick's subdivision at that time with the condition of obtaining or completing the quiet title process, we recommended that it be tabled, Mr. Aramick complete that process and then come back before this board and the Board of Supervisors to have his subdivision approved. So I believe our office's April 8th letter should be in your packets this evening. Mr. Aramick and his surveyor have since addressed the comments that we presented in this letter, with the exception of the quiet title, which I'll defer to Wayne to give you an update on where that stands, but I think that's the background as I understand it.
So do you recommend approval?
Well, I'm gonna let Wayne explain where you are, where he is with.
Quiet title has been done.
He's done that.
Yeah, the property is done. The only thing that happens, that has to happen now is I have to deed it from myself to myself, which is bizarre.
Welcome to the legal world.
Well, I mean, when Gary went there, they gave me tax parcel numbers for the 2 vacated pieces. So then that has to be deeded back to me once you guys approve the subdivision. Wait.
It's weird.
It's bizarre how, I mean, there was a
I mean,
complaint filed against Union Township. I mean,
Well, you have to do that.
that's the way it is. So at any rate,
But a nice complaint.
yeah, right. Parallel to the subdivision approval, to do what Wayne ultimately wants to do, which is construct a barn dominium, I believe, right, a multi, residential style building there. He'll need a driveway permit, he'll need a grading permit, he'll need his sewage planning module approved by DEP. He'll need to pay the tap-in fees associated with the planning module, or I'm sorry, the sewage connection. And then ultimately he'll need building and zoning permits from Tammy's office. So regarding the subdivision alone, yes, our office would recommend approval at this time. Our comments have been addressed and the quiet title is in the final stages as we understand.
So,
Well, the quiet title is done.
he's compliant. So, first, the attorney was very professional. Give him my compliments. So, is there a motion?
You were a great help.
What's that?
You were a great help.
I try sometimes.
Not always.
No. So at this point in time, is there a motion to recommend for approval to the Township Board of Supervisors, the how do you say your last name again? Aramic subdivision.
Question,
Sure.
is there enough capacity in that system down there to accept what he's proposing?
Sewage?
Yeah.
Yes,
Could be.
Yeah.
Mr. Aramick has, completed the, sewage facilities planning module exemption request form. His surveyor completed it on his behalf. It was submitted to Union Township. I took a look at it. The township's certified wastewater operator who runs the Elrama pump station also reviewed it, signed to the, exemption request form, and it was returned to Mr. Aramick so he can proceed with his sewage facilities planning module. So to answer your question, yes, in the Elrama collection system, your certified operator has certified that there is capacity available for the connection of the proposed bill.
Well, I did remember when that was initiated, there was, if any, just a few additional taps for that system. There was limitations on the amount, and that's why I'm just questioning it. I don't know,
Yeah, it's a good
I
question.
don't have nothing in black and white other than, what was at the time. Because that system projected up the hill and basically took care of the existing structures.
Mhm.
And there was very few, if any, taps for future expansion in that area, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, and that may well be.
Well,
I'm not quite familiar with the collection system when it was designed and constructed. I
Well,
know
it
Dennis
had,
was
it had a number on it, somewhere that number is there as such, and I don't know what the final number was.
Sure.
Taps versus availability.
I'm combining 4 lots into 2.
I think what you're saying, is there capacity in the line to take care of the sewage? Is that the question?
Well, there's only so many taps permitted in that system, the whole
Yeah, but
system.
I understand that, but when the system was built, there was excess capacity built into that system.
There wasn't a great deal.
Well, we went through Penrith, we didn't go through RUS, because RUS would limit you to the amount of capacity you would have.
Okay.
But we went to, because that's the reason why someone said RUS, and I said, no, we're not doing, so we did Penrith, but I think there should be a lot of excess capacity in terms of that system over there. For some reason, I'm thinking 25% excess capacity or something.
I think.
There could very well be. I mean, we could review the flow data from
I
the
think,
pump station, but I mean, we do the chapter 94 sewage report every year, and
Well-
capacity exists in the system, and the
potential-
certified operator has attested to that as well.
oh, we got rid of one of this lady, Miss Grimm's, we lost one tapestry there.
Very
so-
good.
Yeah, there you go. I have a question. and
But like I said, I
it
had
just-
4 lots.
Yeah. But did all 4 lots have taps on
They
them?
did not, but they had the potential for that. If I would have decided to put 4 houses on.
There would be as-bills
Would
that
that
would
have been
show,
built for the?
there would be as-bills that would show the Ys for the properties. I don't know offhand, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry, John, I interrupted you.
No, that's all right, at the time, it was, there was, 837, there was limits, to the old Elrama Road, it only goes up so far. I knew there was, a number for additional, but if you look at the basin potential development, it's not adequate for that amount of land area.
All I know is we built the system, I don't recall how much, but I think.
No, that's all right,
There was-
whatever, I'm not,
No, there was excess capacity, because I,
well, it made sense to do so, but if you look at the area that potentially it could, it's under capacity.
That makes sense, because when you.
Very much flowing in lines.
Yeah.
I did find a mistake on a manhole pump.
So, did we make a motion, or we didn't make a motion?
No, I interrupted you, go ahead.
Motion to approve the, Aramic
A
subdivision.
motion to recommend for approval, doesn't matter. A motion to recommend for approval, the Aramic subdivision, subject to having adequate sewage capacity.
Approval, motion to recommend for approval, the Aramic subdivision. everything in the letter has been satisfied then?
Yes,
Okay, all right, then we don't have to add any conditions to it then.
And TJ also, DEP asked for a letter that the sewage, that was it Lisa?
yeah,
Lisa has to provide me because you guys only have collection, they have treatment.
Oh.
So, but there was,
We're a collecting system as we go across the border into, what is that? Elizabeth?
yeah.
Oh, no, we go, did we go through Jefferson?
Jefferson
Hillsborough?
Hillsborough.
We go to Jefferson Hill, we go to Jefferson, because there's an agreement with them.